Hello everyone, let's talk about dark spots today and pigmentation. So there are a few ways to prevent and target pigmentation in your skin. So the first thing that we need to do is to actually prevent the pigmentation from happening. So we're going to do a basic morning routine, and that includes washing your face. So I just usually wash with water, and then we are going to apply a serum or something with an active ingredient in it that helps prevent pigmentation. And of course, we're going to apply sunscreen. So let's go into what products I use, and I'm going to quickly wash my face now. So I'm actually very basic in the daytime, and in order to prevent pigmentation, you can either use vitamin C or something with niacinamide in it. So I actually like the Bioderma Atoderm gel cream, and basically the first three ingredients are aqua, glycerin, and niacinamide. I don't exactly know what percentage of niacinamide this is, but you do want to target about 5% niacinamide in the whole product formulation. And I guess I'll look it up to see how much niacinamide is actually in this. But what niacinamide does is actually it prevents the pigmentation from forming in the skin. So niacinamide is vitamin B3, and it's amazing for your skin in general, but just don't use too high a percentage in it because it could cause irritations. And I actually just looked up what percentage of niacinamide is in my Bioderma Atoderm gel cream, and it is between 3.7 to 5.5%, which is the perfect range of what I'm looking for my skincare routine. Anything with higher than 5% niacinamide could possibly irritate certain people's skins, so you do want to stay in the lower range, so under 5% is actually perfect. I actually like to use a tinted sunscreen that helps with visible light as well as UV light, because if you're able to prevent visible light from going into your skin, it actually helps with the melasma relapse or pigmentation. So this one is the Color Science. It is for fair skin, since it's like kind of cool and I haven't had much sun. And this is a mineral sunscreen, so it will produce a little bit of a tinge, and you have to apply quite liberally. So this one's going to take a little time to blend out, but it provides one of the best coverages for preventing pigmentation in your skin. So prevention is the key, and then in your nighttime routine, then that is where you actually start targeting the pigmentation that is actually formed in the skin. So daytime is prevention, nighttime is breaking down pigmentation in the skin. So I'm not going to be exposing my neck that much, so we're going to apply a little bit. But you can see coverage is quite natural, and I do have like pigmentation here, here, and here that I want to prevent. So let's actually go into the difference between mineral sunscreen and chemical sunscreens. So mineral sunscreens actually prevent and block the UV rays from reaching your skin. So if you can block the UV rays from entering the skin, then you prevent pigmentation. Chemical blockers are using nanoparticles that absorb the UV rays. So they release energy, and when you have heat energy, it could cause pigmentation problems. So for people with pigmentation problems, you do want to use a mineral sunscreen that physically block the sun's UV rays from entering your skin. Now let's talk about why I actually like the Color Science ingredients. So this one has 12% zinc oxide, and so zinc oxide is a physical blocker, a physical UV blocker, so it blocks the UV rays from entering my skin. This also has niacinamide, which is a superstar in helping to brighten the skin, prevent acne, acts as a moisturizer. So you don't want too high a percentage of niacinamide, so this niacinamide ingredient is actually a little further down the list, so it's not that much. And it's got a bunch of soothing ingredients because I do have sensitive skin. Another great thing about the sunscreen is that it doesn't really contain many irritants or comedogenic ingredients. So it does contain tocopherol, which could be comedogenic for people who are allergic to vitamin E, because some people do have an allergy, and so if you do, then tocopherol inside any formulation is not good for you. Another thing is hexylene glycol that could be comedogenic factor of 2 out of 5 for some people. So again, if you know that you're allergic to that ingredient, then you would avoid this sunscreen. And I will actually have a list of sunscreens on my blog that list out which are potential irritants, which have potential comedogenic factors, and there are some sunscreens that are available on there that have neither of these. So if you know that you are sensitive to some certain ingredients, then you can just choose the sunscreens that have no irritants and non-comedogenic factors in it. I actually like using vitamin C before my sunscreen, but I actually had to build up my vitamin C tolerance, starting with the esters and then to L-ascorbic acid. But I didn't have that with me today, so I just used my Bioderma Atoderm gel cream. But normally I will use a vitamin C before my sunscreen, and we talk about the benefits of the different forms of vitamin C in another YouTube video that I'll link below. So again, this is part 1 of treating pigmentation or preventing pigmentation in your skin, and look out for part 2 where we talk about how to target the actual pigmentation inside your skin to get rid of the pigmentation there. So it is a few step process. So 1, we have to prevent. 2, we have to target the actual pigmentation with different active ingredients. So stay tuned for part 2.